Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? We're going to carry on with our construction of some extra, what he calls here, speed modules. And at the moment what we've got is we've got level 1 speed modules being made on all of these assembling machines. And what we could do just to speed it up a little bit is we could put speed modules into here so that it goes faster. But we don't actually need to worry about that because our biggest wait at the moment is waiting for a, well, we're not actually waiting for anything. It's once it fills up, it then goes into here, and we've got 12 speed modules here. But if we look in everything all together, it was on here, we've set a limit of 500, so we've got 500 speed modules in total. And here we've also got productivity modules. We've got a limit of 500 speed productivity modules as well. So everything is pretty much up to scratch. Once that one there has been completed, just nip up through here, and once that one finishes, I suspect that will then stop. No? Okay, they're still running. So we are using up the productivity modules more than we're using the speed modules at the moment. But that is one thing that we do want to do. What are we making here with the stone? I'm pulling stone out and sending it somewhere, and I can't remember what it is that we use it for. The stone coming out of these, there's a furnace there, and it's making these stone bricks. And they're, but why are they going down this way? I thought the stone bricks was being used up the other way. Doesn't matter. That's unimportant. So we want to continue on with this because at the moment one of our main concerns is that we're not getting enough items. We want to get, and if I go to my nearest like large storage area, I can just mouse over a chest and we can take a look. I've got a storage area over here somewhere. Right, did have. There we go. Right, now we can take a better look at what we've got. So we've got 8.3 thousand of the red, the productivity modules. Is that productivity? Advanced circuits. You know, I never remember the names. It's advanced circuits. That's electronic circuits. And the other one is processing units. That's what we're looking for. Right, so we got 3,200 processing units on that list, and we've got 8,200 of the advanced circuits, but we don't have green circuits showing up anywhere. And then that got me thinking, why don't we have any? I mean, obviously we're using them up, but why have we got 3,200 of these? Something has gone wrong. And then if you have a look in here, our demands are 100 electronic circuits and 10 advanced circuits, which leaves you in the requested chest. We got just 2 advanced circuits. They're being used up. On here, which is the bit that should be sending it over, I don't actually have any limits. I got nothing limiting the number of processing units that we're going to be making. We could make millions of them. Processing units, we've got hundreds and hundreds of them. So I reckon that if we set, that's my mistake, and that is what is the major drain of the green circuits, the electronic circuits on this entire network. So we need to go to logistics connection, connect here, and enable condition. I want those there, processing units. And I reckon 2,000 of them. If we have 2,000 of them in the system, we certainly wouldn't need any more than that. So when 2,000, when they are less than or equal to 2,000, make, and when they're greater than that, they'll stop making. So if we just go up through here, and there we go. Right, so set that at 2,000. Now that one's going to stop. He's already stopped. He's got 22 circuits in there. He stopped making. He's not going to put any more in there until it drops down below the level of 2,000 as our constant number. So now what I do is I press Shift and I right click on that one there. And then if I go to the next one down on the next factory and I left click, it will copy the same onto that one as well. And now I've got to go down to, I've got all of these factories. So that's what we've got to do now, is we've got to go down through and we've got to make sure you left click. Don't accidentally do the wrong click. At times that can be a real nuisance. You can delete stuff that you've just spent ages setting up. Generally though, it's all right. So if we come down through and we just keep doing that, what we're doing is we are limiting the input into each of these factories so that we no longer have this massive drain on our electronic circuits. The drain on the electronic circuits is one of the biggest problems that we've got in our factory at the moment. So set it on there and on there. And that one. We've got to make sure you put them on the right one. We want it on the one that feeds into the actual factory rather than the one that feeds out of the factory. There. And there. And there. That one. I go very fast. I do walk around very fast because I've got a whole load of speed boosting items. I've got power armor over here. Power armor Mark II takes a long time to build up, so we've just done mining productivity. My next thing that I would like to unlock, what are we going to do? Well, I've kind of unlocked everything on here. I want this one, nuclear fuel reprocessing. I mean, we don't need it. It's not essential. It's one of those things that kind of it'd be handy, but we don't need it. It would be kind of the case. So character logistics lock, allow you to request items from the logistics network. I think we'll go for that one, and we'll go for our final logistics slots so that we can make sure that we have everything that we want. None of those are working now. They've all stopped. That bar there is the one that they work on, and then this bar underneath is the one that gives you bonus ones. They've all stopped, and we've got 3.3k, so 3,300 processing units. That means that once these are filled up, once they've filled up the 100 electronic circuits on each of the requester chests, we're going to start earning a surplus of electronic circuits. Because look at the cloud of them that is coming up through. That's one of the biggest kind of the hold-ups on this entire circuits. So that is a major drain of electronic circuits and in turn copper, which we've now sort of counteracted. So our next task, we want to turn these level 1s. So we're making a whole load of extra level 1s. We want to make some level 2s now, and I've already got that set up down here. I might actually have a blueprint already in place for it, so let's just have a look in here and see what blueprints we got. A speed module 1, productivity 1, red and green circle. Okay, so we want to go to this one here, and I want to take speed module 1, and I'm going to drop that right down at the bottom, down there. And I'm going to do the same with the productivity module. I'm going to put that in there. So now we want to have a look and see if I've got number 2. I don't know if I have. So water barrel, green circuits, landfill, engine units. I got so many here. I should actually consider getting like separate books or something like that. It'd be nice if you could have separate pages so that it would make it a little bit easier to like put everything into different orders. Blueprint. It's neither of those. It's not that one. This is no, it's none of those. I don't actually have it. I don't have a blueprint for the one that I want. All I've done is I took the productivity 1 and I upgraded it to be slightly different. So what we'll do is we'll make a brand new blueprint. We'll come down to here and we can take this one. This has got everything that we want on it. This is set here to be 100 or less because the number 2 is the only thing that you use those productivity or speed module, any module level 2, is as an upgrade to go to level 3. You either kit everything out with level 1s or you go all out and you kit out with level 2s, level 3s I should say. So it's kind of a stepping stone. So we don't need more than 100 of them. Any more than that is kind of a bit of a waste. So we don't want to have the materials sat in there just going to waste when they should be used at a higher tier. So we'll keep those exactly as they are. So we want to make a blueprint. You click up there on blueprint library. You go new blueprint like that and just press E to get rid of that interface. And then all we do is we highlight that and I go speed level 2. Press enter and we've got our speed level 2. So I'll get rid of that. I'm not get rid of it, I've just removed it from my hand. I've got speed level 2 there. I'm going to do another one exactly the same, but I'm going to take in the one that we got over here. So that will give me all of the requests in the requested chest and everything else that I need. And this is productivity. It would help if I could spell. Productivity level. Let it save. It does auto-save. It auto-saves an awful lot. You can go back there and... Oops. Level 2, right. Press enter so that it saves the name. And there we go. We got that one as well. So now I can come up here, and I've got loads of space up here. I'm not sure yet how many of these I'm going to need. I did think that I was going to put them along here, but that might be in the way of there. I think it'll be okay. We'll leave a gap, just like that. And I reckon we'll do several. So if we run out like that, I don't know how many that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus the 3 that we got down there makes 12. That'll be fine. So we want to remove that one because it's not doing anything. And that one because it is also not doing anything. And neither is that one. Or that one or that one. So if I remove those chests as well. And those items. I can remove that one. This has not got any power on it. That's fine. And neither is any of those. Those, we're going to put power down in a minute. So let's remove those. And I want to put a new one down. I'm going to move it lower down so that it's out the way of the chest. And I'm going to put 2 of them. Put them side by side like that. And now all you do is you zoom out a little bit and you just mouse over it. And you make sure there's no green strips anywhere in the middle to indicate that you have an area that's not covered by robots. I'll show you. I don't think I've talked very much about it, but if we zoom out and we go up here, that there, the edge of the orange, you've got green out there. That's where you construction robots will go. But the actual logistics robots that carry the items around, they only go where it's orange. So it's our duty to make sure that there is an orange RoboPort coverage over every single part of the map that we want them to be running to. We don't always want them to be running, but in the places that we do, that's where they got to go. So this one here, this one's actually got level 1 speed modules in it. So if I come through there, I'll show you what I mean. If you have a look, you'll see right there it's added in level 1 speed modules across all of it. Whereas on this one, it hasn't, because that's not part of the blueprint. We can add them in there ourselves. We can go like that, and I can press Control and then click, and it'll put them into all of these factories, just like that. And I can do it over here as well and speed those up. I mean, we're still waiting on a massive amount of products. What is that symbol? I don't actually know what that symbol means. Let's just bring these through. It might mean that it's waiting on something to be collected. I genuinely have no idea, but we're putting speed modules in all of these, just in case. There we go. Right. What you mean, I don't know. I'm going to put this one. This is power now, so I'm going to put power there, and I'll put another one over there. Everything is now powered up. Just come up there so that I don't get stuck. Right. They're all running. The only issue now is that we're waiting on items. We need advanced circuits and we need processing units. That there. What does that mean? Oh, I know what it means. I know what it means. The robots can't reach them because these two here, they don't have power. I'm still getting familiar. Some of the 1.5 updates I'm not particularly familiar with, so I've yet to kind of get to grips with what the different things mean. And now they're gone. So we don't have any issues now. Everything should be brought in. Once the RoboPort runs out of power, it doesn't actually work as part of the logistics network, and so it's not recognized, and that becomes the issue. So each of these here, we've got 100. This is requesting 10 speed modules, 10 advanced circuits, 10 processing units. That'll all be dropped in. They will go into here, and they'll be processed as fast as possible and turned into speed module 2. It takes 30 seconds to make each one. And once those are done, we're going to get loads of speed module 2s. So the next thing that we're going to want after that is we're going to want the level 3s. Now down here, we've got level 3s being made flat out. And so we kind of need to get some copies of these so that we can take them up, and we can go up to here. Look at all of those circuits going in. We've just gone below the number of circuits. See, it's hit 2,000 already. Now, if you look over on the side, you can see the collection there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of in the middle. You've got 7.3k of green circuits. The green circuits, the number has just flown up. It's just like an instant thing. It's just gone whizzing straight up through. So we got plenty of them. The processing, the advanced circuits, the red ones, however, their numbers have now dropped quite sharply. So that could well be a bit of an issue. The processing units, they dropped down below 2,000, and so that's why we keep getting waves of green circuits coming up through. Every time they drop down below, they get a new request for 20 circuits in every chest on that area up there. So that's why they're sort of whizzing around in great waves like that. The main reason being is because all of these chests here in this area, each one is requesting 10 processing units. Now, when they're actually making them, they need 5 processing units per item that they're making, per speed module. Now, the speed modules, they're not being used in great numbers at the moment, so eventually they'll reach an equilibrium and they'll stop. So you won't have to worry about it continuing on like this. But it's the red circuits that could be problematic. They're being used up at quite an impressive rate. We're down to 3.3 thousand. Although saying that, the green circuits have now disappeared off the list completely. So it is like costly in terms of materials to get all of these processing modules and everything being made. And if we run down to the bottom, and I here have set this one at 300 of these productivity module level 3s. I don't think we're going to need more than 300 at any one time. So I think we could set, actually, just in case, I'm actually going to change that number and I'm going to set it up just a fraction higher. We're going to go to 500 rather than 300. So if I set that, I do the set, oh, that one's already set. So if I shift and right click on there and then shift left click on that one and that one, that should set all of those now on 500. This one I will have to manually change because it's a different item, and if I do the shift right click, it will change that item to the productivity one rather than the speed one. So now we've done that little bit, we can now take a blueprint, go new blueprint, and highlight that little bit there. And then I would go here and I go speed level 3, enter, there we go. And again I do exactly the same thing again, only oops, I press Q, which means it will have gone into my inventory without actually being used. There we go. And go up through there, take that one. This is a productivity, wait for it to, if it saves, it moves the cursor off, and now I've just lost my blueprint. So we'll do that again. Go there, and I want productivity. There's a problem, is I forget to spell as well as I'm going through. Productivity level 3. Done. Right. Yeah, you get halfway through typing the name and then you find that you've forgotten how to spell it, and it's really annoying. Because I like to have everything spelled correctly in it. I'm a little bit OCD with that. Productivity level 3, speed level 3. That's the one that we want right there. And if I bring that one up, and we'll go through there like that. So we're not going to make loads of them. I think 6 of them. You know what? Let's go for 7. I think 7's enough. And I'll do the same with the productivity ones there. These ones don't actually have the speed modules in them. So that's one thing. I'm going to change that now. You cannot alter the blueprint. You can remove things from blueprint, but you can't add things to the blueprint. So what we need to do is we need to go in here and we need to take the speed modules and we need to add them in there. And if you just press Control and then click on the factory, it will just add them in anyway. So we do that, and then I take the blueprint, that one there. Now, right mouse button to open, shift and right mouse button to clear. You can't actually do anything to alter it once you've made it. You can remove items from it, but you can't add items to it, or at least you couldn't last time I checked. So if we do that, basically deleted it and then make it again. Only this time it's got those 4 blue ones in at the bottom. So productivity level 3, press enter and create blueprint. We'll bring that one up. So this is why if you take your time to make sure that you got your blueprint set up correctly in the first place, you won't have any problems. You can make blueprint after blueprint. It's just taking that little tiny bit of time to make sure that the blueprint is correctly set up, and once it is, then you can like plonk down as many as you like. But I would strongly recommend that you take the time to make sure that your blueprints are all correctly installed, are all correctly set up, because if they're not correctly set up, you can run into some slight issues. So while this one sort of whenever you make a new set, it does take a while to populate itself. So like these here, they're populating and they're making 100 of the level 2s. These are also populating, making 100 of the level 2s. We've just taken all the level 2s that we made and we've dumped them up here into the level 3s. So we're going to have a massive drain on resources through this system until we reach 500 level speed module level 3s and 500 productivity module level 3. Once we reach 500 of each, because that's what we got these set on, that's what that is set on there. Once we reach 500, those will stop. Then those will backlog up and they will create 100 of each. And then finally these will backlog up and they will create 500 of each of the level 1s. Once that happens, the massive drain that we've got of our 3 types of circuits in this system, that stops. And then we get a more realistic idea of how much the factory is consuming. And then whenever we build something new and we use up a load of modules, there'll be a burst while it replaces everything that we used up. But it's not going to be the continual, everlasting drain that we kind of got going on right now. So that is something that you've got to bear in mind when you're playing this game, is the continual, everlasting burst. You don't want that, but you do also have to take into account that there is times when you're going to have like a sustained drop in resources whilst new chests and new quantities are populated. So we're now populating that new quantity. We don't need to worry about that one anymore. And we can just go and take a look around the rest of the place. And now, why are these running so slowly? These are running very, very slow. Are we running low on power or something? We've got plenty of mining fluid. Production satisfaction 1.2. No, we're not running low on power. We're fine for power. It just seems to be running a bit slow. It might just be that they've slowed the animation down ever so slightly to allow the game to perform better. So now we need to look down here, and this is our real sort of swarm. This is the robot swarm, the ultimate robot swarm, and at the moment we're using around about 8,000 robots to populate our map. 2,000 in reserve. And in order to make this work efficiently, don't stand in front of the trains, by the way. You will die. Train plus person on track equals a squishy mess. And we want to just look in a chest. I find that the best way is actually just to take a chest and dump it down on the ground. And then you can take a look, except that I put it in the wrong place there. I want to put it actually inside the network, not in the green bit. And we'll have a look. So we got 72,000 copper ore. We got 129,000 iron ore. And we got 71,000 coal and 70,000 uranium ore. 22,000 plastic, 41,000 steel, just under 10,000 iron plates. That's all good news. That's all good stuff. Looking down through the list, I can recognize the icons. I can't actually point to the icons, so I can only just sort of look through the list. I have no copper plates. I have no copper cables showing anywhere on that list. And there are no processing units, advanced circuits, or electronic circuits anywhere on that list now. So we are... It's populating the chests for all of our speed modules and stuff. What I'd like to do is I'd like to change all of these modules to level 3s. And that is going to take a bit of doing. We got 10 level 3s over here. I would like to have all the speeds and the speed and the productivity ones all on level 3s on all of these furnaces before I start upgrading any more furnaces. So I think actually we might start working on that next. I was thinking of making more blueprints in order to do that, and sort of overlaying what we've got with upgraded blueprints. Now, however, I'm thinking that's just going to take too long to do it that way. We can upgrade our blueprints. We can do that a bit later. But what I'm thinking now is if I change that quantity there to set it to 50, I will get a few more of these brought over, and that one I can actually get rid of, and that one I will get rid of, and I will change that to level 3s, and that I will also set on 50. So my robots will now bring me 50 speed module 3 and 50 productivity 3 eventually. It does take them a while to catch up. So let's take those 10, and we're going to start just working our way through. I've got, oh, there they are. They're starting to come through. So I press Control, and I can just start going along. You can't do it while you're running. You can't just kind of, oh yes you can. I had no idea. That's brilliant. You can literally, you just press Control, press and hold click as well, and run through, and it just automatically upgrades all of the ones that you've got. That is so much easier. Right, let's do the same with, yes, that works as well. Press and hold click, and that's awesome. That is such an easy way to do it. Right, now if we have a look, it is flying through. We are making a massive amount here, and if you compare that with this one down here, see how much the speed that the purple bar is moving up? That is because we've only got level 1 productivity on it, and then we've got level 1 speed modules. And if you compare it to this side, going a lot faster, and the purple bar is moving up a lot faster as well. That purple bar is the important one. That is the one that is showing us just how many resources, extra resources we get. Every time the purple bar completes, you get an extra free resource that is being produced right here. So this one is working really well. And let me run down this end. I've got just a few more to do here. And if I take those, I'm gonna have a major surplus now of the productivity level 1s. That's okay, because I'm going to drop those back into the network, and the network will deal with those in its own special magic way. So let's run back through this way. Stop there. Let me move. Ooh, I'm getting stuck. That's the one problem. If I show you this down here, I don't want to... you've got to right-click. Right mouse button to open, yes. Make sure you press the right mouse button, or you end up losing some of this space. Part of the armor, it gives you extra inventory space. And if you take the armor off, you lose the inventory space. It drops all of this on the floor. And it is a real nuisance. These here, the exoskeletons, they increase your run speed. Does it show you what it does? It doesn't actually show. But yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 exoskeletons. I've got some personal roboports. I carry some robots around with me. Night vision, battery bank backup, and then I've got 2 portable fusion reactors to produce a load of power. And if you go into manufacturing and look here, just trying to find the bit with the exoskeleton there. Movement bonus 30%. Those stack. So my movement bonus is 6 times 30%. It's 180%. Plus, I'm standing on concrete. I've got concrete all over my base. Walking speed 140%. So I'm actually going about 3-4 times faster than you would otherwise go in this game because of all the boosts and the bonuses that I've included on myself, which is making a significant difference. Now, if I take these productivity modules, I'm just shift clicking and I'm dropping them into my trash slots. And so the robots will come along and they will take those away and they will put them into storage. And those will be prioritized before making any new ones, which means it's going to kind of put a little bit of a brake on all of the items that we're making, which is really good. It's going to kind of help stop the massive overuse of all of the stuff that we're trying to make at the moment. Come down through there. I really love... I'm so glad about this. The optimizations that they put into this game are very extensive. The people that build this game, they have an attention to detail that any CEO of any corporation would be most envious of. They really do. The stuff that they do, the work that they put into it, is enough to make anybody envious. You know, this is how you should run a company. If you're going to run a company, you take note of the way that the guys at Factorio offices run their company. They do things. They're smart. They are. They game designers. Game designers. Take a look at this. Right, this is still in the early design phases. They go through and they'll do an update and then they will run through the bugs list. prioritizing all the bugs, different ways that they prioritize. Just all they're doing is they're making sure they get all of the bugs that are present in the software, and they will go through and they will iron everything out, and they will optimize and iron out and optimize in a series of continuous minor little updates. When they've done that, when they're happy that everything is optimized and updated properly, then and only then will they start working on the next level of changes that they want to make to the game. And because of that, this ran as Steam's most popular downloaded game for quite some time, and it's still one of the most popular. It's not the most popular one anymore, but it's right up there with the best of them. And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if all games were released with the level of detail and just attention to all like the attention to detail that they've done in this one, and the all of the small little parts in the background, yeah, you would have an absolute winner on your hands. So we've almost done here now. How much have we got? Okay, we haven't almost done in the slightest. We're about halfway through, so we're gonna have to completely we're gonna have to finish doing this. We've got speed modules all the way down, so if we can just finish doing this line here, we're up to 7 productivity modules. I got a feeling we don't have any more in the map, or maybe we do. It does take a little while to bring them over sometimes. Run up through there. That one's got half of one. Oh, I got another 16 there. Swap that one over. Run up through. So we're nearly done. So if I can just get that line done, then that's going to be nice and easy to see. If you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And next time, now that we have got all of our speed modules and our productivity modules and everything all up to scratch, kind of our biggest issue now, right, you can see right there, there's a robot that's coming in with some more of these. Excellent. Right, that's all of those. We do have more to do, but at the moment we're just fine. So let me just come up here and I want to have a look at, see if it's made any changes whatsoever. Right, we now have 5,000 copper, 5,000 copper plates there, and copper ore has dropped now to 50,000. So we're making copper plates much faster. So our next issue is obviously going to be we can't make copper fast enough. And we have all 10,000 robots currently flying in order to move everything round, which is another big issue. So, oh, and we've also got electricity is now no longer at 100%. So, first priority is going to be upping our power situation, so I'm going to have to make a larger power station. Then we're going to have to come back to the copper situation, so I'm going to have to find more copper ore and start bringing it in. That's going to be more trains. This is the last patch up here that I'm going to be doing with just the robots. Anything from now on, we're going to be setting up trains, so I'm going to need a bigger train station. The idea is that I'm going to have all of this as a train station. It's just going to be like a big long train station all the way down, so I can have loads of trains coming in and out. At least that's what my initial plan is. I'm not that probably change at a later date, but anyway, we'll get to that. So yeah, that's about it for today. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye and see you later.